50 years ago. Do you know what was going on in the world back then? I wasn't even born to start with, but halfway across the world, in Munich, in Germany, something was brewing. A group of 35 people had gotten together to form something called BMW Motorsport. It was a subsidiary of BMW that went on to become the M division that we know today. M? Well, it stands for motorsport, and that's because before they started making road cars, this division was helping BMW win on track. Here's a look back at some of the absolute highlights from BMW M. And stay tuned till the end of this video because we will also be giving away this scale model of the BMW M8 competition to 3 lucky winners. All you need to do is pay attention. (1972), the 3.0 CSL. The first car made by BMW M was the 3.0 CSL, also known as the BATMOBILE. Back then, BMW had the 2800 CS on sale with a 2.8-litre engine. BMW took that car, increased the capacity and stripped it out, going full on with the lightweighting. The car absolutely decimated the Touring Car Championship, winning for 6 years straight. The rules also said that BMW had to build a certain number of road cars, and the 3.0 CSL for the road, that's how it was born. That was the first ever M road car, and it is an absolute icon today. The BMW 3.0 CSL went on sale first in 1971 with a 3-litre engine that made over 200 horsepower, and it had a top speed of 220 kilometers an hour. And it was nicknamed the Batmobile thanks to its rear wing and body kit, which was centric to its aerodynamics. It achieved success in the European Touring Car Championship, in Le Mans, in the DTM at Nürburgring, and in the IMSA GT in America. 1978, the BMW M1. So while the CSL was dominating the racetracks, BMW M was hard at work building the M1 supercar. This car also has racing pedigree. It was built to compete in Group 4, but by the time it was ready, the rules had changed, and so it instead ran as a part of a one-make series with Formula One drivers racing in it. Niki Lauda, he won 2 seasons in it. It was a mid-engine supercar with a 3.5-litre inline-6 engine, and only 430 units were made, making it really exclusive. Till today, this remains the only mid-engine car made by BMW. (1984), the BMW M5. This is where BMW M starts taking the form as we know it today, building formidable road cars. BMW stuffed that same 3.5-litre engine into a 5 Series and made the first ever M5. There was never a car of this type before. Luxury, performance, dynamics, racing pedigree, it did it all. Back in the 80s, it did a 0 to 100 km/h time in just 6.5 seconds. Back then, this was wild. That shape was truly iconic and it personified the sleeper car like nothing else before it. The first BMW saloon to be made into a go-faster M car was the M5, and it still is the definitive sleeper car with a high-strung engine at the front, seating for 4 in the middle and a boot in the back. The first M5 made 285 bhp from its 3.5-litre inline-6, and it got updates over the years in the form of more power, fresher styling, and even an estate version, which BMW calls the Touring. It began a long line of illustrious super saloons that continue to this day. In 1986 came the BMW M3. This was the first BMW M car to be parallelly made in production while also being used in motorsport. And the BMW M3 was first introduced in 1986. It featured a variety of body styles and engines throughout the years. You have a coupe, a cabriolet, and in more recent years, the M3 has become a sedan. The first ever M3 came with a 2.3-litre 4-cylinder 200 bhp engine, and over the years, it also got a V8 and now an inline-6 turbocharged engine. The most iconic M3 has to be the CSL. 1992 was a significant year for the M3 as well because it was updated and it moved from the 4-cylinder to the 6-cylinder engine. 1998, the M5 update. The E39 M5 was not hand-built, unlike its predecessors at the BMW M factory, instead being built on the same line as the regular 5 Series. It was the most powerful car built by BMW back then, with a 5-litre V8 making 400 bhp. In 2004, the 6-cylinder M3 was the second ever CSL from BMW. 100 kgs lighter than the already light M3. There was a carbon fiber roof, composite materials on the interiors and the diffuser, an aluminum bonnet and thinner glass. It also got a carbon airbox and even more power than the regular M3. But it has to be mentioned that this CSL, it lost the manual for an automatic, and that gearbox wasn't the best one around. But the CSL, it remains a highlight in the M back catalogue. 2005. This was a wild time as BMW sourced its V10 F1 engines and put them into that year's M5 and M6. It even had a 7-speed transmission and paddles just like the F1 car. In 2009. This was where the mad SUV trend began. BMW was already building sportier SUVs than the competition, and it also had the X6, the first ever SUV coupe. What a trend it started, and every major manufacturer has copied it since. The X6M was an X6 on steroids, a 4.4-litre V8 under the hood, making nearly 550 horsepower. It's now over a decade old, but it's mad even by today's standards. 2014. This was the year that the first ever M4 was released. The original M3 started out as a coupe, but it became a 4-door somewhere along the way. As a way to own that heritage, BMW launched the M4 that sat alongside the 4-door M3. It got 2 doors, a coupe-like roofline, and it was even more flashy than the regular M3. 2019. The SUV craze has gotten only madder over the years. Come 2019, and after seeing the success of the X5M and the X6M, BMW gave the full-on M treatment to its smaller SUVs, the X3 and the X4. These SUVs get straight-six engines and proper sporty suspension to make them some of the quickest, the best-handling sport SUVs in the market today. And that brings us to 2022. This is the year BMW celebrates 50 years of M. There's plenty of special stuff going on, including the launch of the new CSL, only the third ever to be made by BMW. There's a lot of action around that in India, with BMW launching a lot of special edition cars to celebrate this milestone as well.
And that's the complete lowdown on 50 years of BMW M. To celebrate, BMW is actually launching 10 special edition models to commemorate 50 years of M, and we are also running a very cool contest where we are giving away this BMW M8 1:18 scale model to 3 lucky winners.
The rules are simple. Just listen to the questions and leave your answers in the comments below, along with a social media handle we can contact you on.
So here are the questions. Number 1, the first car made by BMW M is? Question 2, the power output of the BMW M5 E60 is? Question 3, which was the year that BMW came to India and which were the cars launched back then? Question 4, this one is a little tricky. Which M car gets brake modes? And the final question, the first made in India M car, which is it? Drop in your answers in the comments below along with your social handles so we know how to reach out to you, and the winners will be announced within a week. All the best, guys.